Unquestionably, COD had an immeasurable impact. Being able to actually feel like the level in which I can serve people is paralleled with the level in which I can communicate how valuable that is to people, so that I can find the right people, I can connect with the right people, and those people can get extraordinary results because they're actually connecting with something that's actually going to be useful for them. So grateful to COD for that. So my name's Colin Response. I am an award-winning recording artist, entrepreneur, global ambassador for one of the largest luxury brands in the world, and I did it all with what most people call obsessive compulsive disorder, ADHD. I disagreed, and so I built a business that has now helped over 153 neurodiverse entrepreneurs and professionals rewire their brains from being overwhelmed by lack of time, lack of energy, and taught them how to become masters at executing their ideas profitably and efficiently. I truly have a belief that everybody has the capacity to live the life that they truly desire. My mission in everything I've done up to this point and what I'm doing now has always been to help people close this gap in between how they present to the outside world to see. They just know that their brain works differently than most people. They have this amazing ability to ideate, and like the expansiveness of their mind is so extraordinary, but seldom is that matched with the same level of competence when it comes to the actual ability to execute on those fantastic ideas. And I just know that the world needs more of that. And so that is what I'm here to help people realize those visions. I knew that I wanted to build something that was going to help even more people in a different way, because you can help people with music in a massive way at scale, but the level of depth that you can help people when you're doing something like this is just completely different. So the coaching business didn't really exist in any sort of meaningful way. I was building something that I knew was going to help a lot of people, and came across COD. I was like, okay, this is the perfect opportunity to actually be able to get this in front of the people who need to see it and will actually benefit from it the most. No, I certainly was like on my phone at some point in time, and I see Russ's face pop up. At this point in time, he's just some dude. You know, he's talking about, like, if you have something that is actually life-changing, life-altering, if you have a skill, an expertise, a specialty, and in my particular scenario, I knew that all the success I had in all my other businesses, in recording artists, as a performing artist, it was not because I'm just this virtuosic musician. It was because I knew how to leverage how my brain worked. And when I knew that I can actually show people how to do that, coming across Russ changed everything. Because if you know how you can serve people and how you can help people, I can't think of a better way or mechanism to reach them than what COD can actually empower you with. It's funny because when I think about the breakthrough call itself, I had no apprehensions or no fears about the breakthrough call itself. But at the time I had had a very massive nerve injury, and I had lost the use of my hands for a good part of 8 months. And at this time, I was just coming across the end of my recovery from that. I got on the breakthrough call, and I'll be honest, like, my biggest fear, not what if this doesn't work, but what if my hands stop working again? And I just had to, sometimes you just have to decide, right? You have to decide, and I know that if this is the direction I'm headed, I would rather get to the other end and know that I did everything that I could. The amount I had learned about how to communicate the value that I can actually deliver to people, I ended up signing the largest contract I had ever with my business, largest contract I ever had actually in my career, period. Was able to have me and my team facilitate for, I think it was close to 250, the contract was for like 250 different creatives across Canada. To be able to facilitate that and be in service of that volume of people and have that level of impact, there's no way I would have been able to position myself in front of the people who were actually making that decision and have them be like, oh yeah, this is the guy. Because it's one thing to be excellent at what you can do. It's one thing to be excellent at how you provide a service or product. But the truth is, it's completely different than being able to communicate how valuable that thing actually is. Because we've all went into a store and bought something that we thought was going to be great, and we bring it home and we're like, this is shit. Or you buy something off Amazon, you're like, this is not what I expected it to be. The truth is, like, you can sell things that aren't good. It's a different thing. That means there's a lot of people who can do extraordinary work that are not in front of the people that would actually benefit the most from it, and instead, there's just somebody else who could sell better who's in front of them. When I went into this environment, I thought about what is it that I am looking for? And when I entered this space, the one thing that I can say is everything that I was told that COD would do, they delivered on. What that means for anybody else, I'm not anybody else. But the one thing I can say in my experience, I always go into this was somebody who actually meant what he was saying. And what I experienced when I entered that space was yes. There has not yet been a thing that Russell Ruffino has said to me that he was going to do that he has not done. And I honestly have said that on multiple occasions, literally just to myself walking around in my house. Like, I'd like think when I reflect on my life and I reflect on certain opportunities and certain circumstances that I have or things that I have access to, I think to myself, shit, that is what he said. Literally, like clients on demand. Like, I can click a button and have people who are the exact people who have the problem that I can help them solve, who are booking on my calendar. It is the most literal thing. It's a great name. It tells you what it is. If you're on the fence, I think this is not a question as to whether or not Clients on Demand is going to work. This is a question of whether or not you actually want to make a decision for where you want to go in your life. And if you do want to make the decision, then there isn't a place that I know that you would be better suited than Clients on Demand.